Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another Dark and Darker video. Today, as you can see, we're taking in some very nice gear on my Warlock, and that is because I found a rusted key from the worm. So I grabbed a couple of my friends and we geared up to go and find and loot the gold pile on ruins through the rusted door. So I thought it would be a fun raid for you guys to come through on this little adventure and see exactly what happened and what kind of loot you can actually get from one of these keys. Currently these keys are extremely expensive. They cost around 2,000 gold to actually purchase an old rusted key. So farming that worm, although it is a very low drop chance, is a very lucrative gold farm if you manage to pull it off. And if you have friends, then actually running the gold pile is a great way to make more than what you could sell the key for. Because when you're spreading that between 3 people, each person, if they pull a few legendaries, are going to be making well over 2,000 gold each. So yeah, we dove in, and currently we're a little bit lost looking for the actual area where the gold pile is. I believe it's located underneath the bridge, kind of in a little dungeon cave beneath the 2 towers. So we're just trying to find the 2 towers so we can head down. We do run into a little bit of PvP before we get down there. As you can see, there is a cleric up ahead. So we got to deal with these guys first. Gonna let the ranger deal with most of them from range. That saves us any trouble or any threat of any of us dying. Now, I'll likely jump between team comms and my commentary whenever there's a good moment to do so. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I've actually never done one of these gold piles with a rusted key. This was the first time. It's the first time I've been to the ruins map and actually used the gold pile there. So it was a pretty exciting and fun, unique run for me and for the rest of the group too. As you can see, we get to the bridge, we drop down, clear out these mobs, and we're gonna head inside. You know, there's actually an exploit at the moment with this gold pile on ruins. I've seen, seems to be some kind of rogue exploit, maybe cheaters, but I'm not entirely sure. I reported it to Iron Mace, but I believe it's actually responsible for the oversaturation of legendaries on the market at the moment. I think there's a way to access the gold pile without actually going inside the room, which is unfortunately going to be taken advantage of. Yes, as you can see, we get inside, drink our luck potion, clear out the mummy, and yeah, we're pretty excited. Right, get looting, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Woohoo!
Make sure you take your luck potion.
Yeah,
Oh shit, yeah. I'll take after this.
Oh, baby.
there's people. So yeah, we got to looting the gold pile, and as you can see, as a warlock, this was taking me quite a long time to actually do one full rotation, so it's going to take quite a little bit of time to actually run this gold pile for what it's worth. First drop, didn't really get too much, nothing crazy really. Got a blue Barbuta helm, but I'm holding out for some epic gear. Also heard quite a lot of people above seem to be running around up there, so gonna have to keep our guard up and make sure we don't get ambushed down here. It's not the best place to take a fight, unfortunately. Yeah, found a few blue trinkets. I have to say, this is one of the funnest things to do in Dark and Darker. The absolute gambling that comes from this gold pile can be quite a bit of fun. So I'd recommend grabbing a couple of your friends, grinding out that worm, and seeing if you can get a rusted key for yourself. Or if you're a solo player, I've even been running the worm solo, and you know, if you don't have anyone to actually do the gold pile with, then you could always sell the key and make a tidy profit. As you see there, we get a beautiful purple warden's outfit. That should easily fetch a very high price, but I'll likely keep it for my warlock, because it's one of the few chest pieces that a warlock can actually use. And to be honest, I've ran that worm quite a lot on different classes, and you really can do it with starter gear, so you don't need to bring anything in. You can literally put up a default character head into the ruins, and yeah, just learn the moveset of the worm. It's very simple. It basically has a forward attack, a sweep attack, and then a poison AoE effect. Everything is very easy to dodge, so it's very easy to learn and master. I also found that recently there's also a worm on Goblin Caves, but it is a chance spawn behind a concrete wall. So you can always try and grind it on Goblin Caves too, if you prefer that. And that way you're at least never going to be encountering squads. As we were looting the pile, we started hearing a lot of steps and what sounded like barrels and crates being destroyed up top. So we were starting to get a little bit worried that we might end up getting a fight down here. Yeah, take a second to open this chest. I'm going to use it to store all of my goodies. And inside, you can see I do find a very nice cloak. I was pretty lucky. So just separating the loot so we can try and get some valuable items from the gold pile. The way the gold pile works is you got to make space in your inventory for some of the bigger items if you want to get them. So if your inventory gets full, you're not going to get any cloaks or any armors or anything like that if there's not space for them. So I've got to drop stuff or find a way to store it and continue looting. And at this moment one of my friends found a lovely item, so I'll switch back to team comms.
Oh, that's a nice mace, dude. Holy fuck.
Absolutely, gotta love the Liverpool accent, never gets old. And I believe at this moment, yep, we get our first legendary item. A lovely visored Barbuda helm with some actually really good rolls. Getting physical damage bonus on a fighter item is always a plus. And we were just joking that perhaps the people above us can just hear the jingling of coins and the clanging of metal down below them. Unsure as to what was actually happening. Yeah, I believe I did actually end up selling that helmet for around 1200 gold. It was between 1000 and 1200 gold, so already made a tidy profit from one item. But the best is yet to come. That Barbuda helm was not even the best item that I actually managed to claim from this gold pile. We got something a whole lot better.
Come on, next zone. Give it us. Yes!
That's insane.
Huge!
I think we were all pretty stoked to find that the circle actually landed on us and we could continue looting the gold pile. I suppose if you come down here with the key and if you get unlucky you might end up getting pushed out pretty quick. So it's always going to be a good idea to bring lots of healing to these things so you can stick through the storm for a little while. Very important as well, whilst you're doing this, don't get too greedy. As you can see, there's only around 4 minutes left in the raid, and yeah, if we leave it a little bit too late, we might run into some problems. And I won't spoil anything, but there was a bit of a turn towards the end that actually ended in a little bit of grief. As you can see, not really getting anything crazy. The best drop by far, still this Barbuda helm. But this treasure hoard is hitting all of my dopamine circuits. I've also been investing in a lot of golden keys, so I plan to do a lot of high roller runs once the leaderboard resets, and hopefully grind the gold pile and high roller for you guys. Should make for some very fun content. I believe at this at the time of making this video I've got around 6 or 7 golden keys to run, so that's a lot of gold hoarding for sure. I'm trying to get a last few rotations of the gold pile in, see if we can get anything else before we pack up our bags and head for the exits. And then the zone pushes us out, and we're gonna have to really be hasty. We do get some nice plate pants there. They have physical damage reduction, so that'll sell as well, probably for around 200-250 gold on the fighter market. Anything with damage reduction is always a hit when it comes to fighters, so you find anything like that, make sure you always take it. Should make a tidy profit. And this here being the last run, I was super stoked to get a legendary Fox Pendant. And that right there was by far the best drop I've gotten so far from the gold pile. And that sold for just over 1300 gold, which was very nice. So already, just from the 2 legendaries, we've easily made back the price of the key just from one person. And my 2 other friends have probably got between 1 to 2k gold as well, so we grab our stuff and we begin to make our way towards the exit. As you can see, the final circle closing in, we have to be quick. We're really hoping not to run into any trouble here as we head up and begin to search for a way out. And in this moment I get sniped from the bridge and we know we're going to be running into a bit of trouble. Doesn't seem too possible to actually push the ranger on the bridge, so we decide just to spread out and try and look for exit portals. So I head into the storm, take a little bit of a loop around and start searching. As you can imagine, it's a little bit stressful when you've got so much nice loot on you, trying to find a way out with only about 30 seconds to spare. And luckily we do find a portal on our left and manage to extract. One of my friends manages to extract as well, but the last was just a little bit too greedy and ends up having to push for the bridge portal at the last moment and gets caught by the ranger, stealing his portal and leaving him to be taken by the darkness. Yeah, selling all of those trinkets to the collector, we managed to make a tidy profit indeed. Not a crazy amount of gold, but of course most of the gold is going to come from these legendary items that we were fortunate enough to pull from the gold pile. But yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I encourage you to go out there and hunt your own gold piles. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the dungeons.